Start panning. Oh, crap. We need to put something in there. If we're gonna
Did
pan,
you
we might.
start your camera?
Yeah, if we're gonna pan, yeah, I did. If we're gonna pan, we might as well pan something. Oh, look at
Look
that,
at that.
gold
Oh,
floating,
floating gold.
floating gold.
Close it back then.
Shoom. Runs away,
Yeah.
and then it drops. That's all it takes. Now, one of the things that I always talk about when I'm teaching panning is learn to pan with one hand. You will always fight yourself using two hands. And I know most people start out using two hands because that's what you've seen. But when I'm going to start panning, I'm going to pan, I'm going to put the material that I can handle in there with one hand, and then I'm going to take a third of that material out because now we have to add water. So, or you just dip it in and you go, okay, you know what? I can handle that. If you've got good coverage over the dirt and everything else, you're good to go. Stratification is the key. So when you start stratifying your material, you're watching that stratification and you will see what's going on. If you see what's going on right here, this lightweight material comes to the center and look at the black. See how the black ring goes around the back?
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the black sand, so you can see the dark
Yeah.
material, lighter material, and then the light
So you're
material.
making it spiral.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So what I'm doing right now is the stratification, and this is assuring that all that little gold that I just put in there is now completely into the bottom. It's down at the bottom, it's there. I don't even have to worry about it. So now I'm going to take that pan, and I'm just going to place it in the another pan, or however. Now don't do this, please.
Really?
Get away from that habit. See this gold that's sitting right there? Watch this,
How come it hasn't? Okay.
because I brought it back up. I just dumped that gold out of the
Right.
pan. If I keep that gold in the pan and I'm working it properly, I'm going to stratify, work some waste out, bring it right back and stratify, work some waste out, bring it right back, stratify, work some waste out, bring it back. So you're constantly doing, getting lightweight material off and then bringing it back and stratifying to settle the gold and then bringing it forward. Continue to re-stratify it, and there's going to come a point where you see almost all your black sands, or I'm sorry, all your lightweight material has gone away, but you have nothing coming up in these riffles except for that lightweight material. Just keep doing that, but always re-stratify.
The one challenge I always wind up is when I start getting down, I still have a lot of blonde, light-colored sand mixed in with the black sand.
You're just not aggressive enough.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little bit of aggression. Once you realize that you're not going to lose gold,
Mm-hmm.
then it's going to become very, very easy.
That's what it felt like, yeah.
Well, let's even realize
There we
I'm
go.
not going to lose gold.
Wow.
So there's our gold. It's all in the black sand. Now, people were talking about the bounce yesterday. It's called the blueberry bounce. Now, I want to get this gold out of the black sand because I forgot my magnet. Oh, gee, I don't have my magnet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that gold, I'm going to put it just in the water, and I'm going to start tapping with a little bit of an angle. I need a little bit more water, actually. Let me work that down just a little bit more.
When you say work it down, you're trying to get rid of the
A little bit
sand,
more of the
dark
black, a
sand.
little bit more of the black
Okay.
sand. Now, I also don't want you to put your hands in the gold pan because you've got oil in your system, and that's the only thing that'll make gold float. But if you got a pebble that's sitting there where you can get it out of the water and then pull it out, that's fine. Just don't start putting these meat hooks in there. So I've got it down to this. I'm going to tap it out. Start bringing it back. Now I got to get this material out. I got to get this gold out. So I'm just going to tap. And see what happens? I separate the gold out of the black sand. And I can walk that gold.
So you're about level right now?
Yeah, about level. And if I had a little bit less black sand in there, I could take this gold. But see, now you can walk. So I'm going to just pull this gold right out. I'm going to put a slight tilt to it. And then what I like to do is just rock it. And if you're rocking this material like this, you'll need to come over here to see it. If you look, the majority of the gold is not moving. You're going to move a few pieces, of course. But look at these three little pieces right here.
Yeah, they're just stranded.
They're just there. They're just there. They're not going to move around unless I get stupid aggressive with it. And now where I've got these piles of gold, isn't that a nice thing to have? and the black sands, I'm just going to tap it a little bit, break that material loose, and then go back to a rocking. And that gold just sits there.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
not going to
that's
go
just
running
it.
around. Now I can
That's
take
fine,
that.
so-
Now I can flatten it out a little bit, do a couple other things with it. Tap it. Tap, 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 tap.
Now you start getting your smile in there.
Yep. And see, depending upon how you tap it and where, I can actually walk that gold. I can take all this gold, walk it over to here, and then I'm going to tap it a few more times, and I'm going to walk it right up to the top of the riffle. And I get in there with my stuffer bottle, and what I now have is clean gold.